Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. Not only have I been the owner of Mint Mobile for the last few years, I've also been a customer. I don't know if you knew this, but anyone can get the same premium wireless for $15 a month plan that I've been enjoying. It's not just for celebrities. So do like I did and have one of your assistants switch you to Mint Mobile today. I'm told it's super easy to do at mintmobile.com/switch.
New activation and upfront payment for 3-month plan required. Taxes and fees extra. Additional restrictions apply. See mintmobile.com for full terms.
Me, I am a memoir. I said a memoir. We're going deep. We're going down too deep into the Regularverse. Oh yeah, the Regularverse. Regular.
Hello, Emily, and welcome back to Me, I Am a Memoir, the meaning of Mariah Carey. But as you know from that singing,
Yeah.
we're still in that regular verse.
It feels a bit rich
there was
for
just
me
so
to
much Spanish.
complaining about her vocals when I can't really do that myself.
I wonder which version you'll upload this week.
I don't know which ones I've got. I just put them all in.
It's too funny. I just love that at some point you must have re-recorded it thinking, I didn't quite nail that. I'm going to go
Oh, no,
again.
I just recorded lots of vocals and then pasted them all in on top of each other.
Yeah.
And so there's like a bunch of versions. Like I don't...
That's, yeah.
Yeah. I never thought I nailed any of them. I just thought the more I stick on top, the thicker it'll sound.
But since we've got so much regularity to come, no prolo moments this week.
No.
We're just going to get back into the Spanish regularity of it all.
Yes.
And what is it? Get the down low on the down low? No, the low down on the down low.
The low down on the down low.
Low.
Yeah.
Don't down low.
It's the low down, but it's on the down low.
I mean, I wrote it. I
We
should
don't
know.
want anyone to know that we're doing the down.
Because Mariah
the low
can't
down.
know.
Don't tell her.
Yes.
She doesn't know any of this.
I assume all of, like Laron's probably listening to this, passing on our love to Mariah.
Michaela's listening and just going, what is that? What are they doing? She's going to come over there and murder them.
Yeah, we welcome it. Oh, can you imagine me? If I'm going to go, that's the way to go.
Yeah.
Murdered by Mariah. That's my favourite Agatha Christie novel, Murdered by Mariah.
For prologuing a ballad.
Yeah, she's after you this week. Because last week, I mean, you are more prolo right now.
I know, I'm more prolo. But I've always been very prolo in the Spanish language when she sings.
True.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway, let's
All
break
right,
it
are
up.
we ready?
Yeah. Getting the low down on the down. All right, we are up to track 4, which is called Te Voy a Querer.
Yep.
Which means what in your estimation?
So this felt like something that's like a story. I felt like this is going to be something maybe even from like, a fairy tale or something like, like a Brothers Grimm thing. So I've gone with The Small Pansy Boy. I can't even get through it.
The Small Pansy Boy.
I lost it halfway through saying it.
Realize how stupid it was.
So where I got it from was boy, I thought boy, and queera, I thought could be queer, but I'm like, J-Lo's not going to use that word because it was 2007. That wasn't used then. No. So she's like, well, what would I call him? Oh, he's a pansy. Yeah. The Small Pansy Boy. Well, but it's like, it's like Dick and Fanny in The Magic Faraway Tree.
Which are not called that
anymore. It wasn't meant to be silly.
If you've read that in the last 20 years, then that's not their names anymore.
It's cock and cunt. Anyway. Oh, no. What is wrong with me?
Anyway.
I never used to say any of those words. What have you done to me?
Te voy a querer actually translates as I will love you.
Yeah. Small Pansy Boy. I will love you. Small Pansy Boy in brackets.
This was musical lyrics by Estefano Pila Quiroga and Jimmy Paredes. And I got to say, she is barely keeping up with this one. Like, I love the production.
I'm like listening to it again so I can hear it.
It's a fun salsa number, but her voice has drifted into that whiny Karen at the lay-by counter at Big W, just really having a whinge. Like, it gets on my nerves.
It's funny. It didn't hit me on the initial listen, but now that you're saying it, I can sort of hear.
Also, can we talk about whatever notes they are that she's trying to hit during the first bridge? Like you would never know that this album was produced by someone she's married to.
Yeah.
Like, someone who loved you would go, smooth that out a little bit, or get you to do a retake.
We'll auto-tune that. Yeah.
But no, she's like, no, I nailed that. That was great. Like,
yeah, I'm amazing.
Like, it's a really pitchy attack at the notes, and it's just, and also
maybe I'm used to it now, so it didn't bother me.
But you would think that bit would be the end of the song, because it's like, I've had a pitchy go at the bridge. Let's tie it all up. But no, it keeps going. But thankfully, a lot of what happens after that is what sounds like Mark doing some backing vocals. Like,
yeah,
she's gone.
I did have that.
She's gone. I've hit my pitchy note. I'm going home. And Mark's gone.
Yeah, I'm going off to not have lunch.
Another minute and a half to go. So,
yeah, I was happy that, as I'd hoped earlier, that they did bring Mark in to sort of pad things out a little bit. Look, it's not reinventing the wheel. I was okay with it. The chorus was a bit of fun. I felt that they did exercise some restraint. Mm-hmm. Like, it could have...
Oh, yeah.
They could have really tried to sing, and that...
She did.
May have...
Had a real crackdown there at the end.
But I'm curious, there's an almost a cappella moment.
Oh, I know.
And I was like, you know what? It could have been much worse. Like, if you hear the word J-Lo and a cappella, you get a little nervous. And there's the Karen. I can hear the Karen. She's in there.
She's like, she's got half a receipt, and she really wants to pay off her lay-by, and she's really like, I want to talk to the manager. It wasn't.
I sort of didn't. I wasn't offended by it either. So it was sort of like, for this one.
Yeah. Look, how did you think, like, I mean, I'm guessing you think the vocals were all fairly in the I'm Real stakes high rather than mid or low. Yeah.
I didn't even write a percentage. I just wrote high-low.
Yeah, very high-low. I agree, high-low, but I gave this a no.
Really? Yeah. I sort of went with a whiff of pro-low for this, because I thought the chorus was fun. Yeah, it's not all the way in pro, but I do you know what it is? Because we had those obviously the first song's awesome. The next two songs were slower, so I thought, we're sped it up a little. I think that's
and like I said, I love the production, and it's a fun salsa number. It's just she has too many cracks at things she can't get to. And it's like, I just was more upset that Mark left those things in. Like, I'm like, you're meant to love her. Why? You're a really good singer. Why would you let like as far as vanity projects go? Was he not there that day? Like,
but it is funny because you think about, like, there are certain singers, like I can use Mel C from the Spice Girls as an example. I love her voice, but that's not a voice for everyone. No, like, certain pitches aren't for certain people, and maybe he doesn't hear that.
Yeah, maybe,
if that makes sense.
Yeah,
like maybe to him he's not hearing that.
Listening it to her with his love ears.
Yeah, there are some great artists.
She's so good at everything. I love Jay.
Yeah, I love everything.
Nah,
there are some art, like there are some. I won't say who it is, but there's someone kind of recent that I listened to. They've got a couple of albums. I was like, I like the songs. I think they sound good, but I don't like their tone, and it makes me not go back to it. I was like, so yeah, I'm wondering if for him that's a lovely tone.
Is it?
He had to hear it all the time.
A sister of anyone that you really love? No.
No, why? Who are you thinking?
No, I just always like to kick Danny when she's still down.
Oh, poor Danny.
Love Danny.
She did a great interview on Rain, the podcast, REIGN, where she talks about you. No. Where she talks about the media sort of kicking her and saying you're just the fat, ugly sister of Kylie. And I liked how honest she was. I was like, you're nice, Danny. I like her.
I did an interview with her where she... Like, I was apologizing for basically building my stand-up career out of making fun of it. Yeah. And she kind of like weirdly took it on board and was like, I think we've all made mistakes when we're younger. And it's like, what are you doing? Like, don't own this. Like, I'm trying to apologize. Like, you're meant to say I'm bad here. But she was amazing. I do love Danny. Anyway, our next song, we're up to track 5, which is Porque te marchas, which you think translates to what now?
So this is our most meta translation.
Okay, I love a meta.
This simply translates to better in Spanish. Because we've heard this song before.
Yes, we have. It translates literally to, why are you leaving?
Interesting. I'm surprised because we already know the translation.
We do know the translation.
I assume.
Lyrics by Estefano, music by Mark Anthony. And I was just like, why so many ballads? This is the point where it hurt me.
Do you know the song I'm referring to when I...
Yeah, it's from her last album, isn't it?
So, yeah, Can't Believe This Is Me. So what did you say it translates to?
Why are you leaving?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because I was like, hang on. Yeah. Maybe they couldn't get it to translate properly. So
well, I think it's like, changed. Estefano writing the lyrics as opposed to the last one, which was written by... Jennifer, Mark Anthony and Corey Rooney. So,
right,
yeah. This is the one where I went off and listened to Mark Anthony and Tina Arena.
Yes.
But it's horribly familiar and really tragic. And this was just the point in the album where I just said, why so many ballads? Like, I was okay with the title track. Don't have another go. Like,
I just prologued you. Stop.
Like, I'm not offended by the vocals. They're serviceable. Much better than the English version, I've got to say.
Yes.
I think she's doing the best she can. But again, like last time, I hear a stronger vocalist knocking this one out of the park. And
sure.
It is crying out for a key change. Like,
I want my key change.
Like, I know she couldn't manage it, but it needs one. Like, this is the song, when I was listening to this in Spanish, all I could think of is Pastora Sola singing Quédate Conmigo from Eurovision 2012. And just like, that's what it needs. It needs like a big soaring key change with a wind machine.
We'll just get it into Adobe Audition and just...
Yeah, just fix it. Oh, no, remember when I tried to put you through Adobe Audition? That was not...
Oh my God, terrifying. I was real dead.
That's what it like. I don't know if I've sent you a couple of the Mariah Carey reworks. Like, there's an AI that can make Mariah.
Oh my God,
everyone sound like Mariah, but she sounds like lifeless. It's weird.
Yes, absolutely.
It's so strange. Anyway, we're talking about some other lifeless bitch here.
Oh my God. So when this song came on the album, because funnily I had said in the last regular episode, I think she'd do this much better in Spanish. Yeah. So when it came on, I was like, hang on a second. Yeah. So I'd foreseen it. But what I found interesting, and not altogether a bad idea, is they've probably gone, you know what? We can't do what Fab wants, which is a Tina Arena epic Celine version.
Because she can't.
But there's something decent here. So they've actually toned down the drama in this version to almost so they've met in the middle. So she's singing better because it's in Spanish.
Yeah.
And they've gone, you know what? Yes, we probably could go all the way, but let's do a little bit of a fix on what we just did.
Let's learn from our mistake on the last album.
Yes. And it's worlds above the English version. I was that's a lot better.
And so you think, like, how do you feel about her singing the I'm Real, high, low, mid, low, low, low?
I think it is all her.
Mm-hmm.
I agree in terms of the, you could have a better singer on it.
Yeah.
But I was relieved that they didn't overdo it.
Yeah. And I'm controversially, while I think it's high low, I'm also pro low this version. Where I really hated the last one.
I wasn't as, maybe because, I understood your points, but I liked the drama, I think. Yeah. So I wasn't as anti-low on that one. But yeah, this feels like a nice compromise is probably the best word.
Yeah.
To go, okay, we heard you. We can't give you what you want, but we'll give you something a little nicer. So yeah, I went for Prolo on this one as well.
I love that they're listening to me.
I'm surprised.
Back in time.
Yeah, but I'm also surprised that you went Prolo.
Yeah, no, it was like again, we're at the point of the album where I'm like, oh, there's too many ballads. Like 2 is too many.
Yes, but if this was the only one,
yeah,
you'd be fine.
if this was track 9, I'd be like, fuck you. I've heard this as track 9 before, and it was a piece of shit, and it's still a piece of shit. Now get out of my life. But I'm still like, kind of like, oh yeah, no, her voice is better than it was on the last version. It's it's
which is crazy. Like it's actually crazy. Imagine, listening to the 2 together and going, how is that?
Yeah.
Like it's
same producer, same,
yeah,
like mostly the same writers. But I think maybe Corey Rooney has not been doing her any favors all this time. Like,
well, this is what's interesting because
this is the first album without him.
Yeah, and I think after this album it continues without him.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. I'm not saying that for sure, but I certainly feel like we might go to another label soon.
Yeah. Look, I don't really
I'm not
want
100% actually, but
I'm happy to be surprised by wherever she goes, to be honest.
Yeah. But we even see it. We've got some performances that we'll touch on.
Yeah.
And you can even see in those performances a difference.
Yeah.
Of the time then to now.
Yeah.
Well, now-ish. Anyway.
All
right. I was pro-low.
You were pro-low. We're both pro-low. High-low, pro-low. What is going on?
It's crazy.
I mean, we've been very pro-low about low vocals, like where someone else has sung the song. I've been all over those. It's just unusual for us both to be pro-low about a song that she's clearly singing.
Yes. Yeah, with no help.
But again, she's singing in Spanish. We've always said that. We enjoy that.
Yeah.
Our next number is Por Aries Garnos.
Okay, you got there.
Yeah, my
phonetics.
my Spanish is terrible. It's a duet with Mark Anthony. And what do you think Por Aries Garnos means in?
So, without actually looking at who wrote it, I decided that it's probably the right time to have a cover on the album. And what better song to cover than her favourite Mariah song, My All? So this is the Spanish My All. I've decided.
It is not by Mariah. It's lyrics by Estefano and the music by Estefano and Reyes, who did our other song before, the title track. Yeah. Now this one translates as not exactly this, but I kind of put it into proper English as worth the risk.
Right, okay. Yeah, I'd give my all.
Yeah.
Worth the risk. Makes sense.
One more night with you. I mean, you're close, I guess.
Yeah. I speak Spanish, I guess.
How did you feel about her duet with Mark? Not actually signposted as a duet, even though it's in there. If you look at their duets together, it's listed as one of them.
Sure.
And he does certainly sing on it. Quite clearly.
He does.
But I guess as he's already got himself down as songwriter and producer, he's like, I don't need to give myself a credit as a singer.
No, it's fine. I'm getting the money.
Yeah.
This feels like a very safe Disney song.
It does.
That's essentially what I got. I liked them on the chorus together. Mm-hmm. I liked that he didn't overpower her, even though he easily could.
Absolutely.
I think what I liked about it, even though it's not a very exciting song, I feel like when they sing together, it feels like a dance.
Yeah.
That he's kind of leading her.
Yeah.
She's maybe not 100% keeping up, but there's chemistry. That's kind of how I felt. The song itself isn't that exciting, but them together, I was like, oh, yeah okay. Yeah. I would watch them have sex. Great. Yeah.
I had a similar vibe. I said she's bringing out the big vocal guns here, but the production is not supporting it. Like it's a very thin production.
It's a bit snuffleupagus.
Yeah, but then Mark kind of holds her hand through the chorus, so it
Yeah.
You know, it's like, oh, okay, she's taking a big risk, and he's like, I'm here to catch you. Their voices mesh together really well. It is a bit of a nothing song. It had kind of like a late 70s, early 80s ballad vibe to it, like, you know, like An Endless Love, or, you know,
totally.
Barbara and Barry's Guilty, you know, that kind of, it kind of had,
where they both have the same hair.
Yeah. And, you know, it's fine, but, you know, but I think Mark saves it from being truly intolerable, which
totally,
if he wasn't there,
I think
it would be horrific.
What it feels like, it's not that maybe they've rehearsed it and he's realized that and then come in with her, rather than her singing it and then he comes in later and does it. There's something that feels that they are there together. Yeah. Which, like you said, it's not a very exciting song.
No.
But it's really nice to actually feel any emotion during a J-Lo song. Yeah. Like, I actually feel like, oh, I feel that there's love, or I feel that there's something.
And it feels like a supportive vocal, as opposed to, you know, sometimes a ballad will be like dueling vocals. It's like, you know, like, you know,
there's almost a tenderness.
The Angels Cry with Mariah and Neo, like, they are kind of coming at one another in a way that you're like, oh, wow, you two are trying to, you know, it's happening and it's great and I love it. But this is more like, no, let me hold your hand, and we'll wander through this little valley of singing together, and it's kind of sweet. I
agree. It's a good word.
So, what percentage of the song do you think she sang?
I think it's all her. You know, her bit.
Yeah. And she's trying. Like, she's actually doing some reaching here, which she hasn't really done much of on this album.
I don't think there's a whole lot of anything else on this album, to be honest. No. Like, I feel like it's mostly her.
Yeah.
So far, anyway.
And are you... So, I'm also high-low. Are you pro-low or no-low? Or are
I
you
went for a light pro-low.
A light pro-low.
I went for a light pro-low. Because I think all the things... It's not, oh my God, I'm blown away, but, oh, this is cute. Yeah. You know, that's where I sit. If this wouldn't be the lead song from a Disney movie, it would be the other song on the soundtrack. But you kind of get to know it because you love the first one. Yeah. That's where this sits for me. Yeah. What about you?
Yeah, same pro-low. Like, it's sweet.
Wow.
I'm pro-lowing.
I'm really surprised. Because I've gone light on a couple, I instantly thought, oh, you're not going there. No. Like, you're going to be firm no. But there you go.
Yeah. Because she's not trying too much to do anything that she can't do.
Yes.
And the production is not like, you know, the last album I heard a lot of what could be great songs just wasted with her terrible vocals. Whereas, I don't know, maybe because these songs are being written for her as opposed to, you know, hit makers writing hits, and they're being given to her instead of
someone else, and then she finds them.
Yeah. She's, you know, Usher's done a recording and then she's come in and stolen it. But this is like, you know, it's her husband and his mate writing songs for her, and it's like, oh, she can't really sing that, so we won't get her to. And it's perfectly serviceable songs. And
something does tell me that, just based on, again, the fact that we know that there's some performances coming up of them together, and she doesn't always perform these kind of songs.
No.
There's something that tells you she probably knows somewhere that she's not the best.
Yeah.
And with, you know, there's been people sort of stories about them making fun of her in the booth, but you sense that she does actually look to him for help.
Yeah.
You know, like, and that there's a trust there of going, you know what, I don't know if...
He's a spectacular vocalist, and he, like you say, he does not overshadow her here. No. He does not try to go too far. I mean, it was another ballad, but hey.
Yeah, I know. That's the one part that he could have, got it wrong. But
we need some more upbeat numbers, Mark. What are you doing? All right, on to track 7, which is simply called 2. Which you believe means...
So this one actually isn't a Spanish title. This is actually an abbreviation.
Right.
So 2 is short for autotune. because... because it's finally shown up on the chorus.
Oh, yeah. 2 actually means you, which you might know. Okay. And I just from the outset was like, oh God, another big orchestral opening, and the big vocals from the last song would have been welcome, because she did the big vocals with the thin production, and here we've got the big production, and instead we get little girly breathy business. Like, she's actually doing a Disney cartoon. Like this one feels
That's
like
true.
it's like, no, like give me, like, you've got an orchestra here, like belt it, like give it some welly. And she has had a note changed in post, which I was like, what is this? Cher's Believe as a ballad?
Yeah. So for me, you know, I agree. Like at this point, as an album, you do start getting into the, another ballad. All right, sure.
Another
ballad. I actually wasn't put off by her vocal in the verse. I didn't mind that it was that whispery thing. I kind of liked that.
I like that. I just didn't think it was appropriate with the production.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I can give you that because
by the way, this was
so many songs
written by Estefano, Mark Anthony, and Reyes. So it's all three of them jumping in on this one
again. So this is all their fault.
Yeah.
The verses I was happy with. I just think it needs an entirely different chorus. I think this is the point where they go, "Oh, she can't sing that," and it's the only word in the chorus, and it's so exposed. Let's write something else for her. But they didn't, and I kind of think it's so obvious. Like
it's one word, it's one note, and they bend it. Like, you know, like this is something Mariah would do effortlessly, like singing one word and
I don't think it's an issue.
Like it would be fine, but.
Different singers, not everyone, even great singers, can do a sustained one note. Like, you know, so I think it would have been perfectly respectable for them to say, oh, you know what, that's not her best. Let's change the chorus. Let's write something else.
You know what I also found hilarious was, I mean, it was awful when they auto-tuned her voice. When she tries to sing along with herself on the bridge, like they're doubling her vocals, and you're like, what are you doing? I really loved the strings. I loved the electric guitar arrangement at the end, which meant we didn't have to hear her anymore.
I said it has a nice little outro.
Yeah. For a good minute after she's gone home.
Yeah.
Do you know what was hysterical? When I was listening to her the first time, there's been construction going on upstairs from my apartment. No, because like my headphones are quite powerful, so I could just hear the horror of the song. And you know, she'd finished, and it was just the lovely arrangement at the end. But because of the construction, it sounded like she'd just wandered to the back of the studio and was snoring. What's that noise? No. Has she nodded off halfway through this song? They haven't taken that out. And then I took my headphone off. I was like, oh no, that's upstairs.
That's so funny.
It sounded like snoring. I was like, oh, J-Lo's nodded off during her own song, the poor love. It's been a big day. I mean, they're going to auto-tune her anyway. She probably checked out. What percentage of the song do you think she sang, given how much was done to it?
I mean, this is where, I mean, she sang it all, but then the tuning came in and said, oh, man, don't know about that.
Like ham-fisted.
So
like there's a better way of doing that, surely.
I think it's high-low, but they've not left a whole lot of what she did on that chorus.
Yeah. I'm giving it a mid-low because they tried to make her sing a note she can't sing with software in the I'm Real stakes. Oh, no. And are you pro-low or no-low?
I wrote that I'm a light pro-low on the song.
Yeah.
But I just really can't forgive that auto-tune on that chorus. Like, why? You would just not put the song on. You'd either go, let's find a way to fix it, or we won't do it.
Yeah.
So
you've got plenty of other ballads. Like it's not like we're going to miss it.
Totally. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, no, I went no-low. This is shit. I've tipped over the edge again now.
Yeah, you're like, I'm done.
So you are almost pro, or is that conditional pro?
Yeah, it's got a few asterisks next to it.
All right, on to track 8, which is Amarte es todo, which you would think translates as what?
So this was giving me something sort of like direct. Mm-hmm. So I've gone with, don't talk to me, waiter.
It actually translates as loving you is everything.
Oh.
It is quite declarative.
Different direction to what I went in. That's true.
Lyrics by Estefano, written once again, the music by Estefano and Reyes. How do you feel about yet another ballad from the people responsible for poor Arias Carnos and the title track?
I did. This is where I really start to get over the ballads, completely.
Oh, yeah.
Because I said it's the 87th ballad in a row. Mm-hmm. I did say she almost has some power here.
Almost.
She thinks about having. She's like, I might have some power here. Look, I think it works fine, but because there's nothing here that tips into awful. But it's not exciting either at this point. If this was track 3 and it was the only ballad,
oh yeah,
I'd be like, okay, yeah, fine. And then I think it could shine a little bit more. As it is, didn't hate it. It's fine.
Yeah,
I don't really have much to say about it.
I wrote "fuck you" ballads. Enough. But she finally attempts the key change. She is, however, sitting in that whiny vocal space where she's at the lay-by bar at Big W, and she doesn't have anywhere to go, so they just fade her out. Which, to be honest, is quite wise. She never quite did anything good, and these songs are all starting to sound the same. Like, at this point, it's like another one.
And because we don't have anything to grab onto as far as story.
No.
So we're just basing it on the song and the vocal.
Yeah, we don't know what the lyrics mean. I mean, I know it was called "Loving You Is Everything." I just did not love this at all. So I'm Real. What percentage do you think she gave us?
Yeah, this is all her.
It's all her, isn't it? Yeah,
high,
I said
low,
the same. High, low. And are you pro or no?
Well, this is interesting because I've got it listening in the background, and I'd written pro low firmly, and I'm like, I must have liked it. I must have had a break. I must have gone away and listened to Padum Padum, and then I came back, and I'm like, oh, this is a nice enough ballad. Yeah, it's probably an or to pro in terms of as a general song. Maybe no low at this point on the album, just because it's not offering me anything new.
I've tipped over. I'm well into no.
Yeah,
because
I'm okay with it.
It's so many ballads. It's just like, no. I said pro to a couple of ballads and they were fine.
Yeah, I've proed
but
enough.
Now it's track 8 and we've only had 2 up-tempo songs and I'm about ready to murder somebody. Slowly to an orchestra. So no low for me, and you're on or. Or. This next song is an interesting one. It's called Apressurate, which you have decided means what?
This was an easy translation because it's pretty direct. It's aspirate, as in I would like to aspirate at this point into my own lungs.
Would you believe it means hurry up?
Yeah, hurry up and aspirate.
Literally, Apressurate means hurry up. Lyrics by...
Which you don't get that in the song at all.
No.
It doesn't feel like anything about hurrying.
It's lyrics by Estefano and Jose Luis Pagan and music by Mark Anthony, Estefano and Pagan. I said for a song that titled Hurry Up, this one really takes a while to get going. The confounded irony. The complainy Karen tone is back. But weirdly, it seems suited to this song, I think. Like, I think it fits in.
Hurry up and get my return. Yeah.
You know, the other thing I liked about this is she's finally stamping some idiosyncrasies on the verse and the chorus. Like, you know, normally she just... Yeah. It's like she sings whatever she thinks might be the best thing to sing.
Yes.
And it's...
Which I do think she did a bit of that in Que Siste.
Yeah. But, like, she's kind of like going, yeah, no. But the worst thing is, like, she's gone, okay, I'm going to do that on the verse. I'm going to do that on the chorus. And then as the song progresses, she does that on the verse and that on the chorus again. Like, she doesn't progress with the song. Like, I feel like the song, you want to, like, you know, does she think she's a Minogue? Like, where is this going? Like, she's well supported by the backing vocals and production. It's just a pity that it's a nothing song. Like, you know what's a better version of this is Finer Feelings by Kylie Minogue. Because
I love that song.
Kylie often doesn't do much to progress a song.
Yeah.
Because her, she's got a great tone and she can sing like Kylie sings, but she doesn't kind of go crazy.
Outside of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Finer Feelings, she kind of just does enough that you go, oh, it's progressed. It's moved up a notch. It's kind of gone on a bit. And then
the production can follow that.
Yeah. And this feels like I got a very Finer Feelings like feel from this song.
Yeah.
But it just, because the regularness is not like the second verse is the same as the first verse and the second chorus is the same as the first chorus. And it's like, so now I'm just listening to the first half again. It's like a copy and paste. Also because I don't know the lyrics, it's just all in Spanish. All I'm listening for is are those progressions, and I'm getting nothing.
Yeah.
How did you feel about this sad ripoff of Kylie's Finer Feelings?
I just said, it's fine. I said I'm over the ballads at this point.
Oh, so over.
And I think it could lift more, but it's not an assault to the ears either. Yeah. Safe filler.
It's also not as tragically ballady as the rest. Like, this is just a bit more slowy.
Yes. Yeah.
It's not.
Again, if we had one ballad at track 3 and then this was track 8. Yeah, fine.
Yeah.
So I think this is just a safe filler song.
Yeah.
Wasn't obsessed with it nor offended.
Yeah. And how do you feel in the high, mid, or low I'm real stakes?
I'm still at high.
Yeah, same.
She got real high on this album.
Yeah. Well, also because she's, it hasn't mixed it up. I'm like, well, that's clearly her not knowing what to do on the second verse and second chorus.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, if Kylie can do it, it's doable. Like, it's doable within a very, specific vocal range.
Yeah.
And Kylie's great at that. Like, that's one of her skills, is being able to change up a song in a way that sounds like she's not doing that much, but she is.
Yes.
Like, it's kind of, she's really skilled at being effortless. I don't think it's effortless. I think she's actually putting in a lot of effort, but it sounds.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Effortless.
There's sort of a DNA to her work.
Yeah.
At this point.
Yeah, it's just, she's very skilled. So I was high-low, but I'm definitely no-low. It did not hurry up enough for me.
Yeah. I'm smack bang in the awe because I don't think it's terrible.
Yeah.
But I think this would be there'd probably be a filler song on anyone's album. Yeah. Really. Like, this is probably not going to be the lead single for anyone.
No.
So for that reason, it doesn't feel like she's ruined anything.
Yeah. I did enjoy going back and listening to Finer Feelings just for the fun of it, though.
I do love that song.
That was great.
It's like the one song I like off that album, I reckon.
Yeah. I like
I like a couple.
The production, the remix, which I think was the single version, because that was the team that did her next album, did that.
Right.
Remix.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's
the Brothers in Rhythm.
Yeah. That's them. And that's I like that better than the album version, to be honest.
I think I like both of them, but I really like the Abbey Roads one.
Yeah. Oh.
Because it doesn't reinvent the wheel, but it just has a bit of a string section. Yeah. That's good.
We're going to do a Kylie podcast now, aren't we?
I know. I was just thinking, side note, I was like, one of the things that always gets me when people don't like Kylie, that's fine, don't have to like it. But I always find it really strange that they still think that she's Charlene from Neighbours and goes, oh, she just was a soapy actor. And it's like, but she's done music now for longer than I have been alive.
Yeah.
Surely
very little
she has to have learned. Surely she's had to have learned something, because they're like, oh, she's probably still lip syncing. And I'm like, well, everyone lip synced in the late 80s. Yeah. But no, actually, she sings live all the time. Yeah. Like, I don't quite understand why people feel the need to continue.
Yeah, she's not singing anything that's really that hard for her to sing. So why wouldn't you sing it live?
Why would you sing it live? And
she's not Madonna, as long as she does a number of songs that she cannot sing for the love nor money.
Yeah. And I just don't think you can last this long if you have no talent or work ethic. So
we're on to, what album is this? 5?
But she's got work ethic. She has a work ethic.
She does have
and
work
she's
ethic.
A very talented actor and dancer.
One thing I did think about this is I just am tired of the ballads.
Me too.
Get the fuck out of our podcast.
Get the fuck out.
Get the fuck out of our podcast.
Get the fuck out.
Just walk away.
Walk away.
You tacky regular bitch.
Regular.
Get the fuck right out of my face.
Regular bitch. All right, we're almost home and we are exhausted. And for some reason, even though we're doing an album that is not in English in any way, shape or form, we have managed to stretch the Regularverse out to a third week again.
I really didn't think, like, for people listening at home going, oh yeah, they do this all the time, like whatever, it's on purpose. It really isn't. No. We really didn't think.
I was like, we're going to get through this in one episode. We're going to do one week in the Regularverse and be back out into Mariah world. And no,
that didn't happen.
Didn't happen. Anyway, next week, more regularity. Spanish regularity, though, so it's better than her English regularity. That's very true.
Yeah, I agree. There's been more prolos this week than for a long time.
I'm almost like, if it wasn't for all the ballads, I'd be totally prolo of this whole album. Right. All right.
Don't give away the ending.
All right, bye, Emily.
Bye.